Welcome to the Four Wards Podcast. Hey, what's up? It's Eric Bra, voice of Draven, Jerks, and Vel'Koz. And you're listening to the Four Wards Podcast, here to help you move forward in League.
Hey guys, welcome back. This is it. This is episode 8, hashtag Supersode. We are here. Woo. We are queer and we're proud. What? No.
That's only you.
It's a Long Island.
It's not Scotch.
Good, I like it.
Episode 8 of what?
What? The Space Check podcast, the thing you're listening to right now.
What?
You know, like they had
Which
to
podcast?
download it first before the face. What did I say? Shit.
You said.
Oh god. No, this is the Four Wards podcast. Shit.
Wow, the struggle.
Wow.
Anyways,
this is off to a horrible start.
Great start.
GG,
Anyways,
guys.
No, you guys don't even get introductions now because we screwed up. We're just gonna move right into the news here. Yeah, I'll get it back on track here. So, news. First, Optimus Poppy t-shirts are still on sale for 4 more days here. If you want to pick one up, we're at 32 sold right now, last time I checked. Just go on to teespring.com/tforcepoppy. Yeah, they got a bunch of different colors, and if we sell more than 51, both Optimus Tom and Ponophobia will be streaming that whole day, playing just stupid stuff. It'll be great.
Wait.
Oh, that's, I thought you said wait. You said wait.
Wait.
Yeah, okay. They're not playing Mordekaiser. Anyways, our mailbag is starting to run on empty here, guys. So if you got any questions, please send them in. If you write in, we will answer you. That's something that we've been pretty good about so far with any of the questions and stuff coming in. We will try to answer you, if not on the show, back to you directly in email. Next up, coming up the 16th and 17th of May, 8-Bit Salute is going to be going on, and the Trinity Force Network is going to be taking part in that for that whole stream period. We're trying to get some stuff lined up right now. Can't quite talk about it right now, but we have a link for our team that you can start donating to. We're going to put that link in the description of the show here, so look out for that.
Yeah, that's being headed up by Shanghai 6. He's a great guy. You can
good friend of the
follow him on Twitter,
podcast
too. And also, he's going to be working with us to learn a bit about the jungle. So
we do a little bit back and forth. Anyways, guys, starting now, on every episode, we are going to be doing some stuff after the episode. So stick around after the stream. We'll be answering some more questions from the Twitch chat and playing some fan games. So if you're into that sort of thing, stick around. You know, we go live every Thursday here at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. So, you know, if we're not here this week, make sure you're here next week. And
about that, you know, fan games afterwards, it's a really good chance for you guys to get us when we're all here. So like if there's something that you want us to really talk about, like we would love to have a group discussion about something that like just popped off in the top of your mind, or something that, you know, caught your ear in this episode, especially in this massive Supersode. So if something strikes you as more than interesting and you want us to talk about it, feel free to write it down, let us know, and we'll talk about it after the episode.
Yep. And shout out to listener Sox Knoll, who just had his baby girl. Congratulations.
Wow, nice. Congrats.
Right. Yes.
It's good. It's always good to hear. I swear if he doesn't name her like Syndra or something like that, we're going to be...
Syndra 2?
Well, I don't know. Maybe like Atlantean Syndra.
Yo.
So you name her a skin?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I just... Name her
like
Lysandra.
How much have you had to drink today?
Name her like Lysandra or Leona or Ari or something. Like
there's another champion with an L that you didn't mention yet.
I just going off
Lux?
The person that named
oh god
their baby Syndra.
I would never.
Okay.
I actually named my wizard in Diablo Lux. Did I tell you guys that?
No,
because I shoot a giant. Like one of my abilities is I shoot a giant beam of it's called disintegrate, and I was like, well, I didn't even know that he did that. I just made him and he did that, and I was like, oh,
Okay.
check that out.
Yeah. Oh, man. Anyways, that is it for news here. We're going to dive right into this stuff. We got a whole list of stuff, and we're not going to stop until we get through all of it. So we may run over time a little bit. That's okay. This is going to be the Supersode that you guys can come back to as a reference. This is going to be like your dictionary of sorts, because we're going to try to keep things as relevant so you can still come back here like a year later, and things will still apply. We're going to try to. Disclaimer, things will change, though. But we're going to try to keep it as relevant as we can. So we're going to dive in right away here. We want to start this off just as a player logging onto the client and looking at all the things that are going on there. So we'll start it off. When you're queuing up for a game, initially you have a few options. You have the tutorials, you have the boss, and then you have blind pick and draft pick. So when you first start off, you can't play draft pick. You can only play blind pick because you need to have at least 14 champions unlocked to play draft pick. That's the only real difference here. But I think for players that are playing, as soon as you can do draft mode, you may as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
This the mode that you'll find when you play ranked. So and that's what most people tend to play once they're 30 and beyond. So just get used to playing draft mode as soon as you can.
You'll find
in
the
case
most...
you're wondering what the difference is, like if you're brand new to League of Legends, if blind pick pretty much means you pick your champion, your other people on your team pick a champion, you lock it in, and then you just go in blind and play a game. Draft pick is a lot more back and forth, and there's even some banning of champions involved, which is why you kind of have a few champions unlocked before you unlock that game mode.
Yep.
So before you start even doing that, though, do the tutorials, please. And they're there to help if you're just, fresh, brand new. And even bot games are still really good to be doing.
Yeah.
So next thing, what is RP and IP?
Currency. Yeah, it's in-game client currency. So, IP is earned through games, playing the game, and RP is purchased. On occasion, RP will give in if Riot really messes up, but that isn't a thing that they haven't done in a while. So, RP is generally either purchased by yourself or given to you by a friend or something like that, and IP is earned. And you spend that at the store, which is also in the giant client. There's a big gold button right at the top that says store.
They really make that so you want to click it.
Yeah, it's definitely obvious. And IP and RP is spent there. Everything ranging from champion skins, making your champion look different, to runes that alter your champion's stats are all there, available to be purchased through IP or RP, depending on what you're purchasing.
Well, I think we should make that difference there. Like, what can I buy with RP? Like, what can I buy with IP?
Yeah, the thing with RP is it's only available for, like, cosmetics. You can never buy something that will influence you in-game through RP. You can only buy your runes through IP. The champions you can buy either through IP or RP.
And champs don't give you a distinct edge one way or another necessarily.
Yeah.
Necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, if like
It's
a
good to
champ is
get
OP
one, like-
right now or something, and by
Sure.
OP I mean overpowered.
But you can still play to get that champion, and that's the thing.
Yeah,
So
we'll get
that's
in-
what makes it like a free-to-play game, is that there's...
Exactly. We should elaborate on the model. The model of League of Legends is that there's a rotation of free champions that you can try out each week. And if you want to say, okay, I really liked Ashe, who's the champion you play in the tutorial, I want to have Ashe, then you can go into the store, spend some IP, and get that champion. Now, to unlock that IP, you have to play more and more games, and as a time-saving maneuver, you can say, okay, if I want this champion, I'm just going to put up the money up front, and that'll ultimately allow you to unlock things faster. But if you do keep playing the game, you will be able to unlock what you want, although depending on how new the champion is, it might take a lot longer.
Yeah. There is a note to say, like, if there's a champion that you really want, and there's a potential for them to go on sale, and it can make a champion that you really, really want that could be potentially really expensive and time consuming to purchase. Like 6,300 RP or IP champions take a while to get, and we understand that.
They do.
And Riot understands that. So they give you the opportunity to purchase champions, and they do sales every week or so. And they change every three champions will go on sale, and there will be reduced RP costs. So if there's a champion that you really have your eye on, you can and it's really expensive, like one of the 63 IP, then you can, maybe wait it out and purchase it, and it's ridiculously cheaper. It saves a lot of time too.
Absolutely.
All right, so you've played the tutorial, you get the idea of what the champions are. Like, how long does the actual League of Legends game really take?
If you're playing like a normal game, it'll take roughly 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's some leeway. We've had 20-minute games. I've had 16-minute games. I've also had 80-minute games.
Yes.
Yeah, I had a 2-hour game one time, and that was hands down the worst I think I had ever done.
Oh, that sounds.
Oh my god!
Wow.
2 hours?
Yep,
What?
2 hours. It was back in season. Oh, I think it had to be
season 2.
Yeah, I had to be
Wow.
season 2. It was season 2. I was remembering where I was living, and that tells me the season because it's just easier. But yeah, season 2, and we just didn't have anyone that scaled really late, so it was just an even fight, and every single team fight would end the same. Like the damage would die and the tanks would live, and no one could kill each other. That was every single fight until we finally were able to break through. But I can't remember if I won or lost that game. 2 hour
Okay,
game.
so that's
Yeah.
an extreme
Yes,
edge case
that
scenario.
will happen.
Yeah.
That will not happen.
But like the rule I like to say is don't queue up for a regular game unless you have an hour.
At
Yeah,
least.
Absolutely.
that's safe.
At
That's safe bet.
least, like, there's a lot
Yeah.
more, especially when you start playing draft and ranked. There's a lot more that goes into a game than just the game itself. Like, yeah, the second you load in, but what about loading? What about picks
Well,
and
champion
bans? What
select
about
takes
queue?
7 or 8 minutes.
You look at you have no idea how long your queue is gonna take. What if it's a 4-minute queue and then like a 3-minute pick and ban phase, and then your toaster takes 3 minutes to load in? Like that just added 10 minutes onto a 40-minute game already. Like, don't cut it close. An hour at the least.
Yeah. So I mean, that's so we're gonna move more into when you're playing the game here. We're gonna do a rundown of the game. The normal one we play is on Summoner's Rift, in which there are 3 different lanes. You have your top lane, your middle lane, and your bottom lane, which are they are exactly what they sound like. Yeah.
And then you got a little bit of a jungle that goes in between all of the lanes.
Yeah, you got
The
that
best
too.
the best part of the map.
And that's
Thank
where
you.
all the if you say someone is going jungle, that's where they're going. They're going to kill the jungle monsters that are in the jungle.
Crazy.
Crazy, right? Anyways, we're moving on.
It's a
Sure.
5 versus 5 game with 3 lanes, as Haber mentioned, and so ultimately, as a result of that, you send a certain number of people to each lane. It's kind of become a sort of established meta game at this point, that you send a certain number of people to each lane, and I mean, we could talk about that now, or we could get into that a little bit later.
Well, I mean,
Why don't we talk about a few other things first before we get into the meta?
Okay.
So, so the lanes that you're in, you can pick a champion and they'll go there. Generally, according to what they play, you'll have a top laner, a mid laner, a support, an AD carry, and a jungle champion. And these can fit into champions that are marksmen, bruisers, AP carry, tanks, assassins, healers. You can look into Riot. They have a whole filters that you can look to see what champions apply to that certain thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 different types of roles in League of Legends. There's the role of like, where do I go on the map? Like, am I a jungler or am I a top laner? And then there's I'm playing a tanky champion versus I'm playing a damage based character. Each has their specialty. My recommendation is if you're new to the game, one of your focuses is saying, okay, I've played other